Is CRISPR, is it just a known technique, or does somebody have the IP in that? Or are companies that understand how it works just able to use that for whatever it is that they're addressing?
There are several companies now that have been set up to develop CRISPR as a technology to be able to target specific diseases. The first company that did this was Editas Medicine. But the technology, with a few tweaks, can be used, so you can get new IP around the technology with a few tweaks. So now there are several companies using the CRISPR basis for treatment of a range of diseases. You can give the CRISPR machinery, which you can synthesize in the lab, a map which is made of RNA, which contains the coordinates of the gene that needs fixing. So then you deliver the CRISPR complex to the target cell or tissue, and then CRISPR runs a seek and destroy function. Once it's found the defective gene, it cuts out the mutated part and then replaces it with a new healthy DNA. And just like that, you've edited the human genome.
Wow, that sounds like a major breakthrough, really. So, gee, who's doing this, Peter?
Well, the first company, as I said, that started this was Editas Medicine, and now there are companies like CRISPR Therapeutics, Intellia Therapeutics, and Mammoth Biosciences. There are no Australian companies working to commercialise CRISPR, unfortunately. Most of them are in the US.
What diseases can be targeted using this mechanism?
So some of the companies are actually starting to move drug candidates into the clinic. So in 2018, CRISPR Therapeutics started a phase 1/2 trial in beta thalassemia and sickle cell disease. And Editas Medicine received approval to start a phase 1/2 trial for an eye disease, Leber's congenital amaurosis, type 10. So these are diseases that have a well-known genetic defect as the basis of them, and single defects. So obviously diseases that have single genetic defects are the primary targets for CRISPR. But it's interesting that Intellia has teamed up with Novartis in the very hot area of CAR T therapy, which is a T-cell based immunotherapy. And they're using CRISPR to modify the CAR T cells. So this is a really interesting approach that broadens the use of CRISPR technology beyond just the narrow field of orphan genetic diseases. They're still in early phase trials, early phase preclinical phase.